So I have a plain sourdough bread in the oven baking because we're running low on bread. I was talking to Amanda this morning. We came up with a plan today. Hello family, welcome back. If you're new here, welcome. I am Vicki and you're with Grammy in the kitchen. So today we're going to do an experiment with some sourdough bread. I'm going to take one recipe, divide it in half, make two different breads, and we're going to use 2 of our 1 pound loaf because one recipe makes 2 pounds. We're going to divide this in half. Let's get started. So last night I fed my sourdough starter. It's still bubbly and active and ready to go. Now if you're interested in making your own homemade sourdough starter, I am going to leave all the links in the description below on how to make your own homemade sourdough starter. If you have a friend that does sourdough bread, please ask that person if they can give you about 50 grams of their sourdough starter and you can just continue feeding it. Plus, I'm going to show you how to feed and store your sourdough starter so you don't kill it. Trust me, I know. I've killed a couple. Thank goodness I gave CJ, my son, some of our latest sourdough starter. And the last time we went to go visit him, he gave me a portion of it. Now we have our own homemade sourdough starter that we gifted to someone and then they gift it back to us. That's the thing about this community of sourdough bread. If you know somebody that has sourdough starter, they're more than willing to share it with you, and you can start your own sourdough journey. And if you don't know anybody that has sourdough starter, you can make it yourself. 2 ingredients, water, flour, in 2 weeks, you'll have an active, thriving, healthy sourdough starter. But we're going to make bread today using our sourdough starter. So I have a bowl on the kitchen scale, tare out to 0 on grams. We need 100 grams of an active sourdough starter. If it goes over, it's okay. I'm starting off with 106 grams. I'm going to tare it out to 0. And we're going to put 325 grams of filtered water. .327 is close enough. Mix that together. Now this is where I would usually add my sweetener or my honey, but we're going to wait on that and I'll explain to you in a few. Tare it out to 0 and we're going to add 475 grams of all-purpose flour. Tare it out to 0 and 10 grams of salt. I'm going to mix that together. And it's going to be a shaggy mess, but that is to be expected. You just want to make sure all that flour and that water and the salt is incorporated with that sourdough starter. All right, that looks good. Now this is where creativity is going to come into play. So I have a second bowl. On the kitchen scale, tear it out to 0. I'm going to divide this dough in half. That looks good. So I got 436 in here. So this is going to become a peanut butter and jelly sourdough bread. So I have the scale tear it out to 0 for this half. I am going to add 10 grams of honey. Because that is half of a recipe, that's half of the honey. I'm going to set this aside. Now this is some fermented honey with garlic. I'm going to get about 2 tablespoons of the fermented garlic. And I want to chop it up into small little pieces. So I'm just running the knife through it. I'm going to go ahead and put that in here. It's probably more than 2 tablespoons now that I chopped it up, but that's okay. I love honey and I love garlic. And I'm going to add probably about 5 grams of this honey because there's honey on the garlic. Perfect. Let's do this one first. Get that honey mixed in. And we're going to get the garlic and honey mixed into this one. Perfect. Let me clean up a bit. I'm going to set the timer on the stove for 30 minutes because we need to do 4 stretch and pulls on both of these doughs for the next 2 hours every 30 minutes. And then we're going to let it do its bulk fermentation right here on the counter. And then tonight we're going to shape it into our breads, put them in our bread pans that I have sitting right there, and put them in the refrigerator to do its second bulk fermentation, and tomorrow we can bake it. So this one is ready to go. We don't have to do anything to it except bulk fermentation, shape it, put it in the pan. This one is going to be a peanut butter and jelly sourdough bread. I'm excited about that. So I'll see you in about 2 hours when we're ready to do our last stretch and pulls. So now we're getting ready to do our very last stretch and pulls. I have a bowl of water, just to moisten my fingers just a bit. And then we're just going to pull and fold it. We're going to do that 4 times, going around the dough, around the bowl. This is the plain sourdough bread. That's going to be the peanut butter and jelly. You can hear Morty in there. And this one is the fermented garlic and honey. I'm just going to do the same thing. All right, now we're done with that. Now we're going to cover it back up. And we're going to let it do its long fermentation right here on the countertop for about 8 to 12 hours. Now, some people will do it less than that. Some people would do it more than that. But the sourness of the sourdough bread starts right here while it's doing its long fermentation. So I'll bring you back tonight when we're ready to shape them. And then we'll put them in our loaf pans. And we'll stick them in the refrigerator. So I'll see you in about 8 hours. So it's been 8 hours since we let the dough do its bulk fermentation. Put some flour down on their surface. This one is the fermented honey and garlic. Oh, it smells so good. Just going to do a slight knead. Well, that's all I'm going to do. I'm going to drop it in a loaf pan lined with parchment paper. Set that aside. I'm just going to add just a little bit more flour so we can do the other bread. So this is our plain sourdough bread. I want to flatten this one out. So this is some organic peanut butter I picked up at Aldi's. I want to give it a nice smear. Probably going to use about a half a cup. And then we're using some organic grape jelly. I'm going to smear probably another half a cup right on top of that peanut butter. And now I want to roll it up just like a jelly roll. Pinch that seam closed. I want to pinch the ends closed. this is the seam. I want to make sure that's in the bottom of the pan. And I'm going to cover it with the same plastic wrap that we had the bowls covered with. So I'm going to put this in the refrigerator until tomorrow, and then we'll take it out of the refrigerator. We're going to let it sit on the countertop, just let it warm back up from being in the refrigerator. Then we're going to bake it. I'll see you in the morning, family. Good morning, family. I hope you have your coffee. I definitely have mine. So the bread's been sitting in the refrigerator overnight. First thing this morning, I took it out of the refrigerator, left it on the counter. It's been here for about 2 hours. I have the oven preheated to 375. Let's go ahead and get started. Get this in the oven, start cooking. I'm dying to slice into this bread. I know we have to wait till it cools off and all the things, but I'm really excited about this bread. So I'm going to take my magnets off. Take the plastic wrap. We're done with those. We can throw that in the trash. So this one is the peanut butter and jelly. This one is the fermented garlic and honey. So we're going to put this in the oven. And I have the timer set for 45 minutes. We'll check on it. We need to make sure bread is between 205 degrees to 215 degrees. And then we got to let it cool off completely. That's going to probably take anywhere between 45 minutes to an hour. I always set the timer for the least amount of time. Then I'll check it and I'll extend it according to whether it's done or needs to cook a little longer. Sit back, enjoy your coffee. I'll bring you right back. So the garlic bread took 55 minutes. The peanut butter and jelly bread took 1 hour. So it's been sitting here for a few minutes. I have a small spatula. I just want to make sure it's loose from the side of the pans. That smells so good. Now we're going to let them sit right here until they cool off completely. Move that out of the way. But while we're here, let's go ahead and feed our sourdough starter. The last time I fed the starter was exactly 36 hours ago so that it could do its fermentation for us to make this bread yesterday morning. So I have a little bit less than 100 grams in here. And I know that because I started off with 100 grams. And when I fed it, I gave it 50 grams of flour, 50 grams of water. We used 106 grams to make our bread. So it's a little bit less than 100 grams in here, but that's okay. So I have on a kitchen scale, tear it out to 0. I want to add 50 grams of water. And why 50 grams of water, you ask? Feeding your sourdough starter depends on how much you're starting off with. Now I know we started off with 200 grams. We put 106 in the bread, so that leaves us just a little bit less than 100 grams. And you want to double that with half water, half flour. So we need to add 100 grams to this sourdough starter, 50 grams of water, 50 grams of flour to the 100 grams of starter. That will give us 200 grams. So let's go ahead and add 50 grams of water. $53 is okay. I'm going to stir that in. I'm going to tear it out to 0. And I'm going to add 50 grams of flour. $49 is close enough. Give that a good stir. I'm going to cover it with coffee filter. And I have so many markings on my jar. I'm just going to wipe that off, and I just use a paper towel with rubbing alcohol. And I have a marker. I'll draw a line. Right there. And that way I know where I'm starting this morning, and I can see where it rises to. And when it rises, that's the indication that your starter is still alive. Now I am here to tell you, you do not need special equipment to make sourdough starter. You don't need special equipment to make bread. You don't need any special equipment to start your sourdough journey. You'll see people out there with the special baskets and the special linings and the special spoons and bowls and all the things. You don't need it. Start where you are. If you have a pasta pot or a Dutch oven, you can still make bread. If you have one of those glass loaf pans or a metal loaf pan, you can make bread. You don't need special equipment. You don't need to spend hundreds of dollars getting all the things that everybody says you need in order to make sourdough bread. I am here giving you permission to just start where you are. If you have flour and filtered water, I always use the Berkey, but if you have flour and filtered water and a jar, you can make sourdough starter. If you have some sort of a cooking utensil, whether it's a loaf pan, a bread pan, or a Dutch oven, or a pasta pot, you can cook your bread. You do not need special equipment to make delicious homemade sourdough bread. Just get in your kitchen and do it. We're going to allow this bread to sit here for a couple hours before we slice into it. And I'm dying to taste each one of these. One of them is a fermented garlic and honey. The other one is just your typical peanut butter and jelly. I'll see you in a couple hours, family. So our breads have cooled off completely. This one is the fermented garlic and honey. Oh, that smells so good. And this one is the peanut butter and jelly. And you see the swirls in there? That's so pretty. We're going to taste the fermented honey and garlic first. Smells good. That is really good. Not sweet like you would think honey would be. It's very strong in garlic, but I like garlic, so that's fine with me. That's really good. Try a piece of the peanut butter and jelly. That tastes just like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. That's really good too. This video is just showing that you can get creative with your sourdough bread. Don't have to make plain artisan sourdough bread. Now, if that's what you enjoy, that's fine. But you can get creative and make a loaf bread, put add-ins, make it flavorful, make it to fit your family. Now, if you want to try the peanut butter and jelly one, and you can't have peanut butter in your house due to allergies, or y'all just don't like peanut butter, use almond butter, use sunflower butter. You can get creative with this. If you're not a fan of grape jelly, you can use strawberry preserves, peach preserves, marmalade, whatever you want. You can make this to fit your family and your family needs. This is what we decided to do for this Tuesday, and that's what we did. So if you don't mind, give this video a thumbs up. While you're at it, please subscribe. I would love to have you part of the Grammy family. In this kitchen, we try to make everything homemade from scratch, even sourdough breads with add-ins. Don't forget to check the description below of all the things you would need to start your own sourdough journey. I have videos out there on how to start a sourdough starter and keep it alive, how to make sourdough bread, artisan bread, loaf bread. We've done a lot of things with sourdough in this kitchen. Go check those videos out. If you're not following my channel on sourdough bread, find another channel. There are so many channels out there on sourdough bread. Get your journey started. So until next time, y'all have a blessed day. Bye, family.